Well, thank you guys for coming to my house. It's been quite a year, I'll tell you that. A year ago, right now, this bottle had yet to be sold anywhere in the United States. Nobody had ever sold a bottle of that. And I had this vision that, man, America's hard-working, hard-playing people ought to be able to drink the good stuff. And so I worked on this whiskey, and I worked on it all of 2017. Over 200 variations of this blend. Being a Crown Royal fan, I said, where's America's answer to that, you know? And when we got this bottle done, I said, that's the answer. I would drink that hands down. Granny Rich signed off on it, which everybody knows that story now. It is Granny Rich approved. And now, 12 months later, from our first bottle going out the door, we're in 41 states and right at 20,000 cases of whiskey, which our goal was 5,000 cases in 10 states. So it has just gone off the charts. But the biggest thing I've seen happen this year to me that was the most impactful, more than just creating a new product and a new whiskey, you know, more than just that new American blend that everybody's drinking, is that 10% of the profits that I get back to the Folds of Honor, which is these guys right here, Folds of Honor. That 10% to Folds of Honor, I was hoping this year would pay for 5 or 6 college grants to those kids who lost a parent in combat. We're now at over 40 college grants in our first year. And I've actually got to meet a few of the recipients this year. The rest of them, I've read their stories. I know who they are. I know where they live. And as I move around this year throughout the country, I'll be meeting them. So it's been phenomenal, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, over the top. It reminds me of what it feels like to have your first hit song. If that sounds funny, it really does feel like that, because this was creativity. This was creating something that did not exist. This is the only one of those that's out there. Even the glass it's bottled in is made in, guess where? Good old US of A. And you put it out there and you're just going, man, I hope somebody likes it. I hope they dig it as much as I do. And when you look up 12 months later and you're in 41 states, which makes it officially a national brand, just go, thank you, boss. Really appreciate it. What a year. Can't wait for this year to unfold. I'll tell you that every expectation I had for this whiskey for 2018 has been blown out of the water. Completely blown out. It's like, I remember back when they said, Big and Rich, oh, that song, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, that'll never be on the radio. And I remember what I said, you're probably right about that. What is that? Nobody's going to play that song. Nobody's going to probably like that song other than me and Big Kenny. Next thing you know, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, that's like our Sweet Home Alabama at this point. So it feels like that to me, and I have so much pride in this, that the team that's come around this, you know, I'm with a distiller called Eastside Distilling, which is a small distillery. It's not a big, powerful distillery, but these guys have focused and worked and put the team together that it takes to do where we're at now. We're looking at 2019 doubling, possibly tripling our volume.
So there's one bottle behind you that looks different than the rest, and I was just wondering what that represented.
So there is one bottle on the bar that's different than the rest. Let me bring it out for you. So this bottle right here might be the greatest thing that's ever happened, ever. I can say that. Ever to me, I'll put it that way. So with the success of Redneck Riviera Whiskey, I started thinking about it and I said, you know, we need a reserve version of this whiskey, like something even just that next notch up, you know. And being that this whiskey is Granny Rich approved, she's been sipping whiskey since World War II. She's 86, she's about to be 87 years old. Still runs her own business, 40 hours a week, alteration shop, has a shot of whiskey on the desk of her sewing machine. I mean, that's a real lady right there, smoking Marlboro Reds, the whole thing. I said, you know what, if we're gonna do one up from this one, it's gotta be Granny Rich Reserve, which is what this is right here. So again, we worked on this blend for months and months and months, and this is the more aged. This is 80 proof, this is 86 proof. Why is it 86 proof? Because she's 86, right? Makes sense. So it says a little more aged and a little stronger, just like Granny. Oh yeah, that's what it says on the back of the bottle if you turn it around. It's got Granny's image on the back. And I'm so proud of that because she's got to be the coolest lady I've ever met. Has had such an impact on me, her work ethic and her play ethic. She loves to have a great time, but she also goes to work 5 days a week. Still does, probably will to the day she dies. God willing. So this will be coming out in about 3 weeks, all throughout the United States. Granny Ridge Reserve, it's a show. How badass is that, by the way? Stick your granny on a bottle of whiskey, come on.